Good morning. We're continuing our devotional series on Psalm 91, this amazing psalm of courage and hope. And it says in verse 9, "If you make the Lord your refuge, if you make the Most High your shelter, no evil will conquer you, no plague will come near your home." The amazing thing is that God invites us into a place of refuge and shelter in Him. God wants our hearts to find shelter in who He is in this season. He is a refuge for you. And so when your mind and your heart and your emotions are being bombarded by what's happening around us, God is a shelter. And you know what a shelter is? It's a place where the buffeting of the rain and the wind and the lightning, it's all kept on the outside because of the shelter or the brick, the mortar, the roof that protects us from those elements. And so we can come into our shelter, which is Jesus Christ. And as the circumstances of this world buffet against us, we can find shelter in Him, and He weathers the real storm here. And the way I like to see it is the storm can be outside of us, but we don't want the storm to be inside of us. We don't want the storm to enter into our heart, into our emotions, and to lose our sense of peace that we carry in Jesus. Because here's the thing is, no evil will conquer you. Why? Because Jesus Christ has conquered all evil, and no plague will come near your home. There's these promises that God has for us. Verse 11 says, "For He will order His angels to protect you wherever you go." I don't know if you know this, but angels are assigned to minister to those who will inherit salvation, to the followers of Jesus Christ. And there's even another verse that says that the angels of the little ones, the little children, see the face of the Father all the time. And so, like a lot of parents, I've been worried about my son in this season, but I know that God has assigned angels to him to watch over him, just as He has to my wife, to me, to my family, to my friends, my community. And God is with us in this season. And God has sent ministering angels to comfort us. It says, "They will hold you up with their hands, so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. You will trample upon lions and cobras. You will crush fierce lions and serpents under your feet." And what I want you to know is that, yes, the things that we're facing at times can be fierce. They can appear fierce, yet we have authority over them. And so we need to stand in that authority. We need to walk in that authority. And we do that primarily by trusting the goodness of God, speaking it out over our lives, spending time reminding ourselves of who He is and that He's Lord and Savior over our lives and over this situation. I really pray that as you share communion together potentially, or you pray, that God just encourages your heart during this season. And sometimes we have to be a little bit adamant with ourselves that we're not going to leave the place in prayer until we get victory in our spirits, meaning we get to that place of peace in our spirits so that we can go about our day with the peace that God gives us. And so I'm really praying for you that this season will be a time when you can rest in God's goodness and His sense of peace, both for you, your family, and our whole community. I'm praying for you as well. God will strengthen you, and He'll provide what you need at this time.